All right. Good afternoon, Benny.
Hi, Warren.
Thanks for joining us today. We're going to do this little interview. Basically, that's for all traders and to show people how you relate to others in the industry. It's not really about
Okay.
money or prestige. It's more about knowing where you fit into the whole paradigm of things. And as well as the people that will listen to the interview, they should get some comfort out of it that they're not alone. And everyone kind of struggles with the same things and finds the same things interesting. So thank you very much for doing it. And I'm going to ask you the first question. What made you decide to trade the financial markets?
So basically, it was one of my friends, Cornay, he's also trading with us now at the moment. He was involved in trading first, but I don't want to say the wrong way, but yeah, he went and he learned an expensive lesson and he came across you guys and he approached my dad.
Uh-huh.
And obviously, with the situation that I went through with my retrenchment and stuff, my dad said, listen, this is not to say we're going to have from day one, completely replace your salary, but it's something to start off with. And yeah, well, the rest is history. It's been a little bit more than a month now, and yeah, it's been a fantastic journey so far.
Awesome. And then have you decided on which market and which time frame to focus on?
Yeah, currently the strategies that I'm following now and backtesting the whole time, keeping my stats on, is the 5-minute opening range and the 9-hour consolidation. Me, the SA40, the All CE, I haven't been too successful with that. It's just frustrating for me at the moment, so I'm sticking to the Dow.
Yeah. The world has been difficult the last few weeks.
Yeah, no, it's that's why I'm just sticking to the Dow. It's proving way more effective for me at the moment.
Okay, excellent. And then what do you find in the most difficult part?
Yeah, so obviously that's when you know you need to place your stop loss at a certain level, but yeah, it's difficult when you start going up and you reach your first target, uh, and when it starts turning, you just want to move your stop loss up just to eliminate the stop loss, and it's happened numerous times now. I pull the stop loss up, it takes out my stop loss, and then 2, 3 candles later, it climbs back up and it actually hits target 1 and 2. And then I just, but why didn't I just stick to the strategy? So that's probably the most difficult for me at the moment still. The idea to have a stop loss and to lose that money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite important to remember stop losses are there as an emotional thing. They're not really about the money. They are about the money, but once you trigger a stop loss, you kind of feel relief. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think the biggest trick is to make sure that your stop loss is in the right place, that you're not stressed if you lose. And then you have to see it hit target one a couple of hundred times before you actually trust it to do that. And the same for target two.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, you see it happening often enough. Eventually, you'll start leaving those trades to hit their targets
No,
or
I
to
think
hit
that's
stop
the most
loss.
difficult part for me. The
Yeah,
most difficult part is the fact that the losing, that it's not working out. I mean, I promise
yeah,
I followed the trick and everything, and then it just, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So it's good learning still. It's good learning.
yeah. No, look, it takes time. Nobody does it in month one, eh? But at least you're taking your stops. A lot
Yeah.
of people find that the most difficult thing is to actually take their stop loss. They start moving it out the way as price approaches it, whereas you seem to be trading it in your direction, which is a much nicer way to do it than to make it a bigger loss every time.
Yeah, no. Yes, yeah. I don't drag it. I don't drag it down. I don't drag it down. Worst case, I leave it.
Okay, well then that's one of the big ones out the way. Then now it's just a case
Yeah.
of waiting for the hit targets, man.
Yes.
So, what are you finding interesting about trading?
The interesting part. It's basically trying to understand the effect, or not trying to understand, but as you see news events happening, has it have the different effects on the different markets, and how the market reacts and how long it takes for the markets to react. And yeah, so I mean, it's just, so like I said, it's extremely overwhelming. It's so much information, and
Yeah.
to try and do everything at the same time. But just to take it step by step and understand, to try and understand what the influences are and what the movement of the markets are going to be after certain events.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's basically. That's
Yeah.
quite an interesting thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't change, eh? It's still interesting to me after 17 years. That
So it's a non-stop learning, non-stop
nah,
learning.
you just yeah, you don't stop. Yeah, it's always amazing as to why price moves when everything says it should be going the other way.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's quite frustrating sometimes, to be honest. But I mean, it's one of those things.
What have you found the easiest thing to do?
So yeah, only being in a month now, there hasn't really been an easy part. I mean, the setups, I'm quite comfortable with the setups.
Hmm.
In the mornings and the weekly and the daily ILO. So I would say that's probably the easiest part for me of the whole thing at the moment. Yeah.
So getting ready for the day, basically.
Yes, getting ready for the day and when we're approaching the afternoon sessions as well.
Okay, perfect. And I mean, the big question is because trading is so diverse, right? It has to excite you. So, what have you found that's that gets you excited about trading?
When you do your setup, you stick to the principles, you stick to the strategies, and it plays out and it works and you see it and you so I don't like having my terminal open at the bottom to see what the actual financial result is. I like to see, yes, okay, broke through target one, move stop to entry, boom, hit target two, and
Hmm.
then close it out. And then that gets me excited when the strategies that I do when they actually pan out and they actually work.
Awesome.
I get
So,
crazy excited. I jump up and down. I wake up my wife. I just made it. This just happened. We just made $1,000 in last this night. It's like crazy. So yeah,
it's a good thing to get
it's quite
excited
exciting.
about, though. It,
It is.
and there's a couple of things in that. I mean, obviously, making money is the one side of it, but the real
Yeah.
exciting thing is to see that the work that you did in your setups, which is the easier part for you, is actually working out and giving you a return.
Yes, 100%.
Awesome. And then talking about returns, I mean, have you set up a potential percentage target, percentage of capital or number of points or something as a target for a daily, weekly, or monthly time frame?
So basically, because I'm still starting out. I started out at 0.01
Mm-hmm.
on the trade. So it's still. Um, I'm trying to keep it slow and steady until I get my 120 trades sorted out and I know what my hit rates and stuff are. Then I'll go more into setting up a proper limit or return on investment. We call it that per trade. So at the moment, not really that much because I'm going small. Um, but obviously, the moment you start going to a 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 contracts, then you'll definitely have to do it because I think otherwise you get your fingers burnt quite quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's the right approach. I mean, the targets will be set up when you're a proper trader, when you know that you're successful and you then
Yes,
set up some goals and so on. Okay. Perfect.
definitely.
Do you have any plans to make trading a living? To trade for a living?
I can see myself doing it, to be honest. I mean, you can go drop your kids off at school, park at a coffee shop, do the morning trades,
Hmm.
go do something else, see a client here, do different business, whatever. If the kids up, come back in the afternoon, set up, do the afternoon trades. I mean, that's the type of life I think someone can get used to. Now, it might be extremely stressful, obviously, if it's because you have to take responsibility for this. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
your responsibility to make sure that you make enough money for what you need to cover. But yeah, I think if you get going and you've got your heat rates, you've got your strategies and it's working and you keep up with changes, then I'll definitely think it's the way to go.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything out there that would make you stop trading?
Yeah, I think there's too much to offer. You said at the moment I'm in it to not to make 10,000 rand a day. I'd love to, but I mean that happens way down the line.
Hmm.
So I don't think so. And because I'm going in small to learn and to understand and to get myself going and trust the strategies and trust the system. I don't see myself stopping trading at all.
Perfect. One of the things to be successful is tenacity, right? You've got to be prepared to give it time and effort, and you've got to do your planning and your trading and your practice and all that stuff. Uh, and then anything is possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they make it look so easy on Facebook and all the social media with with all those other ones. But yeah, no, but that's a different game. I'm not interested.
uh, are you married?
Yes, I've got a wife and 2 kids.
And what does she think about this endeavor?
No, she's very supportive. She also said, "Listen, I will give you money now. Make sure you get going and you understand it fully, and we can top up your account. We can top up your trading account. I'll put in money, and we'll get going with it."
Yeah.
And like I said, I worked out the one night when I think was it last week. Yes, it worked out luck, everything in luck, and it came out as quite a good night at the end of the day. And I literally woke up. Actually, Liefie, ons het nou net R1,200 gemaak. So it was like, that's fantastic. Everyone was excited. So that was really, and that's the type of support that I get. And even when she comes home from clients or whatever, she's listen, and how did the day go? She says, yeah, and yeah, you saw this and this. I show her, and she's really interested. Even my son, he's 9 years old. He gets behind my laptop and he checks it out. And he says, Dad, the 5 minute is up and down and here and there. Actually, so it's trying to get like a group effort. So everyone is very supportive of it.
Yeah, it would be great if the kids can learn as well.
The earlier the better, man.
Yeah, if they show an interest, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and luckily he's got a good. He's been extremely. He's always been doing extremely well in maths, and he grasps things very quickly. So
okay.
Definitely keep him
yeah,
with
keep
me
them
while
interested.
he's home. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic, man. Well, Benny, that brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
My
And
pleasure.
you know how to get a hold of me if you need to talk about anything, right?
100%.
All right, bud. Stay well, and we'll chat again online.
Cool. All the best.
You too. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.